Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I have to do a bit of a spoiler alert. It's really difficult. I found it's really difficult to launch a book without some spoilers, but I think I've managed to pare it down to just one, and it's this. Gamers Challenge is a terrific book. Normally, I'd prefer to let you find that out for yourself, but because discovering a top story is part of the delight of reading. But there you have it. At the launch, you've just discovered ahead of time that Gamers Challenge is a top book. When Paul Collins of Ford Street asked me to launch George Ivanoff's latest book, he sent me a copy, which was a good start, as it let me know that Ford Street had standards. It wasn't looking for someone to launch a book without reading it. I read Gamers Challenge and immediately asked Paul to send me the book to which it is a sequel, the Kronos Award-winning Gamer's Quest. I was compelled to ask for that, really, by the strength of George's narrative skills. I needed to know more about Tark and Zyra, the designers, the world, and the whole vision that George had ranged in front of me. Gamers Challenge is many things. For one, it's a tidy little package of paper locking up carbon and doing its bit to combat climate change. But it's more than that. It's a rattling good speculative fiction story by someone who knows his craft well, someone who knows his readership well, and someone who knows his subject well. I've read many novels involving computer games, and none of them has captured the visceral involvement and the breathtaking pace the way that Gamers Challenge does. In fact, the sole thing that most of these other novels convinced me was that the writers only had passing acquaintance with the whole world of computer games. I hesitate to ask how many hours George devoted to his research, but the result is a story which understands and revels in the immersive experience of computer games. Gamers Challenge requires no manual, no complicated set of instructions. From the first chapter, we immediately plunge into a frenetic chase which is cinematic in its pulse-poundingness. We're drawn through Gamers Challenge, no, we're propelled through it, as if George hurled us from a catapult which was on the back of a bullet train just after strapping a jetpack to our back. George does appear to endorse Samuel Goldwyn's maxim, start with an earthquake and build up to a climax. But he wisely grounds it in character. With Zyra and Tark, George achieves something I thought almost impossible. He takes what are nominally two characters in a computer game and makes us care for them. Part of the dynamic of computer games is the detachment from character connection. Characters can fail, even die, and the consequences are minimal because it's only a matter of going back to the last save point and beginning again. George overcomes this. Tark and Zyra aren't two-dimensional computer avatars. They have quirks, they have hopes, they have fears, they have lives. Their relationship and the way they care for each other and long for something more is at the heart of Gamers Challenge. The transformations they go through in Gamers Challenge are solidly based in gamer culture, with some delightfully sly in-jokes for the gamers out there. But they are also careful and assured explorations of young people growing up. Never preachy or boring, the character development in Gamers Challenge grounds the narrative and gives it a heart and will resonate with young readers. Of course, the richness of Gamers Challenge owes as much to its setting and plotting as its characters. In lesser hands, the rapid scene shifting and the cinematic jump cuts could be confusing, but George is such a sure hand that we don't just hang on for the ride, we enjoy the sensation of speed as we transition between gritty landscapes, mysterious temples, underground hideouts, desolate battlefields and high-tech paradises. It's a full-on sensory roller coaster, but presented with such gusto that we are never uncertain of the direction we're heading. I also love the cheeky good nature underlying the story. Zyra and Tark chip at other characters with streetwise knowingness. The confrontations and fight scenes nod towards genre and cinema antecedents, but let us share the joke. Dragons versus unicorns, intelligent viral hunting drones, knights and chimeras battling static-filled menaces. Why not? Gamers Challenge might share much with computer games, but it transcends them by simply being better. It takes their joy, their addictiveness, and blends it with the strength of story. It's a rare computer game that one wants to return to after reaching the end, but Gamer's Challenge is a sort of book that one will want to come back to again and again. I've already noted that George's previous book, Gamer's Quest, won the Kronos Award, but I have a feeling that Gamer's Challenge might well challenge itself for a few slightly lesser known awards. For instance, the best use of binary in a young adult novel. In fact, I'll stick my neck out and say Gamer's Challenge will be the only novel that features more than a page of binary as part of the story. And if there is another, that will make 10 of them. Thank you. When you write these things, I really thought about it. I thought, will I, won't I, will I? Yes, there will be somebody. So I have other awards I think Gamer's Challenge is up for. The best character hairstyle in an ongoing series. Zyra's red mohawk is already iconic and perhaps needs a series of its own, I think, George. Then there's the best cameo reference to a character from 1970s rock opera. I can't tell you more, but look out for it. It's a beauty. Yeah, and yes, I've moved from spoiler to teaser. Yeah, you can see that. Gamer's Challenge is a full-throttle, harem-scarum, helter-skelter science fiction adventure thriller. It is the best computer game you'll ever play, and you'll play it by reading. Just one last suggestion, George. When movie makers come pounding on your door, knock back Pixar. While Gamer's Challenge would make a great animated feature, I think it deserves a widescreen live-action treatment with an appropriately nation-breaking budget for CGI. I would like to officially launch George Ivanoff's Gamer's Challenge. Bless her and all who sail in her.
How do I follow that up? I stupidly thought, I'll just stand up here without any notes because I've got a plan of what I wanted to say. And listening to Michael speak, I've now completely forgotten what I was going to say.